I also want to particularly thank the police for their work today and their work last night in helping to ensure that the crowds were all safe, but also all the work they did last weekend during the horrors of the attack that took place on London Bridge and the Borough. It shows the importance of a fully staffed police service to make sure we're all kept safe at all times. And I do thank the police for their work last weekend and today.
Hi everybody, my name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so I don't know what planet this Jeremy Corbyn guy lives on, and I'm not trying to infiltrate UK elections. I'm just saying, keep the police keeping us safe. Known terrorists are bombing little girls, you know, basically in his backyard. Known people on watch list getting clearly military quality weapons and blowing up little girls. Okay? The police are keeping us safe. The police were warned about these guys that just attacked on the London Bridge. Okay, and all you guys that want to say false flag, hoax, never happened, good on you. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're pointing these things out. The things I'm pointing out are just as important, like the fact that the police are not keeping us safe. And these politicians that are saying the police are keeping us safe are completely delusional or propagandist. We're saying this is the importance of a fully funded police staff, so that the terrorists are able to pull off their fucking shit, because they're doing such a good job protecting us. Okay, the police, they're not there to protect you. And in fact, when this stuff happens, all the police see, all the heads of the MI5, the MI6, the CIA, they just see dollar signs. All you idiot wannabe ISIS fools, you're not doing anything for the Muslim community. Do you think you made the Muslim community in Manchester safer? You're not doing any. Here's what you're doing. All you ISIS wannabe idiots. You're working for MI5, MI6, Mossad, CIA, the Pentagon. Every successful attack, which is why the attacks are successful from known terrorists, so we're clear, every successful attack just doubles the budget of the London police, of MI5, of MI6. All you're doing is giving them more money to persecute Muslims. All you're doing is giving the Pentagon more money to drone strike wedding parties. I'm sure Allah would be so proud, right? He can't wait to give you you're an idiot if you think that you're doing anything for the Muslim community. You're working for the Pentagon and the CIA and Mossad. And that's it. End of story. Now, I digress. Back to police protecting us, keeping us so safe. Let me give you an example of how police are going to protect your 90-pound daughter. Okay? Watch this very closely.
The officer is seen here going back and forth with Michaela, and suddenly he slams her face first. Initially, Officer Randy Clamser was placed on suspension for what you're watching. It really is quite violent, and she was badly injured. Police say they have additional video, though, from a body cam and bar surveillance that shows what led up to the incident, and Officer Clamser should be exonerated of any policy violations during the incident, they said.
Okay, so we're clear. This guy is put out on the street in order to make sure this little 90-pound girl, sorority girl, makes it home okay at night. Makes it safe for her to go out and have a little party time. And then nobody's going to hurt her or take advantage of her as long as he's there on the street protecting her, right? Because that's not what happened. And you want to know what's worse? Is that all the cops rally around him and say, oh, he did nothing wrong. Okay, he took this little 90-pound girl who he's supposed to be protecting, and he smashed her face into the ground and broke a bunch of bones in her face. He is a predator. All the cops that have protected him, not just for this little girl, but for every time, because I guarantee this guy is an angry piece of shit who beats up. You know what happened? Was this little girl, she goes, I want to do this. And instead of going, look, little girl, like a real hero, like a real man would, instead of going, look, little girl, you need to settle the fuck down, or I'm going to put you in handcuffs and put you in the back of a police car and you're going to jail. Okay? This is your choices. Instead of doing that, he took her by the back of the neck and smashed her fucking face into the ground in order to teach her a lesson, in order to make sure she knows who's in charge, in order to release some of his pent-up anger. And all the cops that work with him are criminally culpable, because all you cops know the ones among you that are going to hurt people. You all know which ones are the predators. You know which ones can't wait to smash some little girl's face into the ground. You all know it. And you protect them. That's what makes you all giant pieces of shit that aren't doing anything, that are not in any way making the community safer. Okay? The cops, if you think the cops are protecting you, you are completely fucking delusional. Okay? And it's so sad because there's nothing that the people of our communities want. The people of the black communities, the worst communities in the country. I'm not saying the black communities are the worst communities, but I'm saying the most crime-ridden streets in the country. The thing that those people want more than anything is cops they can look up to. Cops they can look at and call heroes. Cops they can tell their children will protect them instead of breaking bones, instead of breaking their bones. There's nothing the people of this country want more than cops we can really look at like heroes. And you refuse, and all you got to do is say, that's a bad cop, he has to go, because he makes the rest of us look shitty. And you refuse to do it. That makes you all giant pieces of shit that are no better than the one that you know has to go. Because instead of getting rid of him, you keep him and protect him in that position where you know he's going to hurt somebody real fucking soon. And that makes you criminally culpable pieces of shit. And I just thought that needed to be said. And again, I take every single person as an individual. Every single one. I'm not talking about individual cops. I'm talking about all of you as a group. Because you're no better than the criminals at this point in this country, and you know it. And you know the things that are making you that way. and you refuse to speak out because it would mean you lose power, which again makes you giant pieces of shit. You're supposed to be protecting our freedom, and you're not. You're not protecting us, and it's sad, and it's disgusting, and it's got to stop. So anyways, my name's Mike, and this is my YouTube page, and I'm going to come out here every single day for the rest of the Donald Trump presidency. Yesterday, I got my cable switched back over. We did the FiOS cable for a little while, and their cable's horrible. Their television cable's horrible. I mean, they have decent programs, but the boxes and the remote would lag so bad. I have to punch in the channel I want like 5 times in order to get it to work. It's horrible. But I'm going to come out every day, and I'm going to ask for help every single day. And the whole idea is that just maybe someone will put something in my bowl. I had somebody a couple days ago. We'll come back to that. Never mind. But I'm going to come out here. I'm going to ask for help because I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm trying to do the right thing by all of you. I know that. And I know that some of you know that too. And if you'd like to help, it's easy to leave a tip or contribution or a donation to Mox News to keep me in this position where I'm watching all the time and doing my best to get stuff out to you that seems to matter. And so if you want to help, you can go to Mox News, and it's easy to make a donation there. And what I really like, for those of you who really want to do what I really am hoping that you'll do, is that you'll go and you'll sign up for a $5 a month donation, $5 a month tip, $5 a month contribution. And then every month it'll just $5 will automatically go into my bowl from you, which is less than 17 cents a day. Okay, so all you guys that are worried that you're going to be paying for my drug habit, which trust me, you're not. 17 cents a day doesn't pay for anybody's drug habit. 17 cents a day doesn't pay for anybody's rent. 17 cents a day doesn't pay for anybody's cell phone. Actually, it pays for my cell phone, but I only pay $10 a year for my cell phone. So 17 cents a day doesn't pay for anybody's drug habit anywhere on the planet. Okay? So, but what it does do is it keeps Mox News here. It keeps Mox News fighting for your freedom. And we'll go more into depth about that in future videos. In fact, tomorrow's video is going to be titled, "Do You Cherish Freedom?" Because I'm afraid people don't even know what that means anymore. So, please, if you want to make sure Mox News sticks around, go and sign up for a $5 a month subscription, donation, contribution, tip at moxnews.com, and maybe I can get one person a day to sign up. So I'm going to come out every single day and hope that one person a day goes to Mox News and signs up for a $5 a month tip, contribution, donation. And then maybe in 100 days, maybe you guys will be paying for my rent. But it's doubtful. But I'm going to come out here every single day for the rest of the Trump administration. Every day that I can, I'm come out here and I'm going to ask you for $5. Because I spend a lot of hours doing this. And I'd like to upgrade some equipment. I'd like to get a new capture card. I'd like to get a new computer and a new capture card. I just had to buy a new hard drive. And internet costs money and all these things, you guys. So, you know, I think me asking for less than 17 cents a day is a reasonable request. okay? So if you can, that would be super duper generous of you. And 17 cents a day doesn't make it so anybody has to skip out on their daily latte. Okay, I'm not asking you to give up anything. I'm asking for 17 cents a day, less than 17 cents a day. That'd be fantastic of you, okay? So go to Mox News. And please, hopefully, someone will sign up for today, okay? And then hopefully someone will sign up for tomorrow and the next day, and then maybe 100 days from now, I might actually have put something together. Who knows? Or not, okay? And that's the thing, is whenever, you go, you know what, this guy isn't worth it. He doesn't come out here and work like he said. I come out here and work every day. But if sometime you feel like, you know what, he's not doing the job that he's going to do, it's easy then to stop giving to unsubscribe from donating, contributing, leaving a tip for Mox. Buying me lunch once a month. Buying me lunch once a month. That'd be just super duper nice of you. Okay? I really like lunch. So that's all I got to say about that for the moment. We're back tomorrow talking about cherishing freedom. You know you're going to want to tune in for that. Stay cool. One of these days this war is going to end. Till that day.
Compassion stirred the Buddha to send his monks out into the community. Sworn to chastity and poverty, they wandered the roads, bringing the Buddha's teachings into the world. Go forth, monks, for the happiness of the many, out of compassion for the world. There are beings whose eyes have little dust on them, who will perish if they do not hear the teaching. But if they hear the teaching, they will gain liberation.
The monks exist by begging. We think of begging as kind of a bad thing. Begging in this tradition is a good thing. It's a sign of spiritual purity.
You're not allowed to beg tomorrow's lunch today. Only today's lunch. Then you can't eat from noon until dawn the next day. Then you have to go out and get another lunch. And then in exchange for lunch, you give a lecture. Unless they say we don't want to hear about it, then you don't. But that's the only thing but that forces you to interact with the lay community.
And if you're not serving them, if you're not doing something useful for them, they won't put anything in your bowl, and that will be the end of your community.